Yo, what's up YouTube? What's going on today? Welcome back to the channel. So we got some interesting information regarding the upcoming Boruto episodes, and that is the Boruto summaries. Thanks to our gang Dinosaur on Twitter, she gave us the summaries. And the beginning of the code arc is episode 287 called Claw Marks. Now the summary for this episode says, Code, one of the top executives of Kara, worships Otsutsuki Ishiki, who was formerly defeated by Boruto and his team. In order for Code to meet up with this particular person, he pays a visit to a facility that is home to Boro's religious organization. Likewise to Code, Boro was one of the other top executives of Kara. Code himself had previously and miraculously survived an experiment that screened for people who would become Ishiki's vessel. This experiment was something Kawaki had experienced as well, since Code had acquired powers that surpassed those of Jougan, who was the former leader of Kara. Code has vowed to take revenge upon Boruto, Kawaki, and others who caused the downfall of Ishiki. Meanwhile, and just outside of Konohagakure village, some claw marks have been discovered. These are the traces of Code that have been left behind. The Hokage and his teammates are currently increasing their vigilance because of this newfound evidence. But in the midst of all this, Kawaki proposes a certain suggestion to Boruto. So right off the bat, this episode follows chapter 56 all the way to 60, with Kawaki and Boruto talking on top of the stone faces, and Shikamaru inside discovering the claw marks, which are shown in chapter 60. But besides all that, it's the ending of this episode that kind of gets me. It says Kawaki proposes a certain suggestion to Boruto. Now the thing about the suggestion is that it could either mean that Boruto and Kawaki plan out Boruto's death, or it's possible Boruto makes his own vessel, as Kawaki did mention to Boruto that he can make his own vessel, just like Otsutsuki's, because Boruto is an Otsutsuki. Though it's possible that the anime might add another conversation to that, and Boruto tells Kawaki that if he ever transforms, that he wants Kawaki to kill him, since we saw in the chapter 60s that Boruto told Kawaki to finish him off. So it looks like this is something the two of them could have been talking about. So then getting on to episode 288 called Captive Slaves, it says, in order to get stronger and to be able to compete against Code, Boruto decides to invite Kawaki along to work hard in a training session together with Uchiha Sarada and Mitsuki. However, Kawaki gets impatient and wants to get stronger as soon as possible, and so Kawaki gets into a fight with Boruto and the others over their training plans. Meanwhile, Code is at the facility that is home to Boro's religious organization. There, Code awakens Eida, someone who was built by Amato and was the top executive in Kara and also the former head of research and development department for its engineering division. Eida has been bestowed with the abilities of the Senraigan. However, Eida possesses yet another ability that places everyone else at her mercy. So basically, this episode follows manga chapter 57 with Code awakening Eida and discovering her Senraigan along with her love powers. But this also follows chapter 58 where it shows Boruto, Kawaki, Mitsuki, and Sarada all training together, and Kawaki fights Sarada and Mitsuki, and then Boruto and Kawaki fight upon Kawaki attacking Sarada. So I want to see how this folds out, because looking at this summary, it looks like Kawaki's character went 0 to 100 real quick. If you look at Kawaki's character these past 50 episodes, his character has been fluctuating with his emotions and how his character is being written. Like sometimes he's written as a goofball, other times he's written serious, but in this episode, he does a 0 to 100 real quick, where all of a sudden now he's impatient, now he wants to get stronger, now he wants to protect Naruto, everything like that. Like, where was this Kawaki the past 50 episodes? I think that execution was horrible in the anime's part. They should have made Kawaki's character become more ruthless all the way up to this point, because during this code arc we know Kawaki becomes even more ruthless and more cold-hearted, and the anime hasn't shown Kawaki's character slowly becoming that over the time of these canon episodes. So in my opinion, I think that was horrible execution, though it is what it is. So then episode 289 says capabilities. It says Kawaki has lost some of his powers ever since his karma vanished. With the way things are proceeding right now, Kawaki feels anxious about not being able to protect Naruto and Konoha. Amato seems to be able to see straight through Kawaki's mind and into the true nature of his heart. With Kawaki in that state of mind, Amato says something to provoke him. Amato's assistant Keke Sumire happened to be present together with them at that time. Sumire seems to be stricken with uneasiness, thinking that Amato might be scheming something. Meanwhile, Code has decided to join forces with Eida in order to carry out his revenge. Eida then introduces a certain person to Code, another ally for them. So this episode is following manga chapter 58, 59, and 60. Because in manga chapter 58, Kawaki notices that he tried relying on the karma. Chapter 59, with Damon being released, because at the ending it says Eida then introduces a certain person to Code, another ally for them. So that is Damon. And in the other half of 59, we see that Kawaki talks to Amato, and Amato tells Kawaki that he can give him his karma back. We also see Sumire worried that Amato is up to something with Kawaki, which relates to chapter 59 and 60. So far, reading into the summaries, these 4 episodes are basically a clusterfuck. We got some stuff from chapter 55, 56 all the way to chapter 60, going back and forth. Especially seeing how during the end of the Ishiki arc, they showed stuff from chapter 55 to 60 as well. So it's literally a back and forth right now. So then episode 290 is called Signs. It says, since Boruto and Kawaki's lives are in danger, having been threatened by code, they have both been assigned guards and put under surveillance. Day after day, the guards continue to observe Kawaki and Boruto. Boruto eventually becomes fed up with the situation. Then Kawaki hears something from Nara Shikadai and Yamanaka Inojin. Through that conversation, Kawaki comes up with a method to slip past both the watch of the surveillance guards and the village's sensory team. And so Kawaki begins mobilizing in order to protect Naruto and Konoha. Even though Naruto possesses exceptional abilities in perception, despite the capabilities of the village's sensory team, both become unaware of Kawaki's action. But for some reason, only Boruto, via a mysterious intuition, seems to be able to pick up on Kawaki's movements. So this episode basically follows manga chapter 61, with Kawaki figuring out how to slip by the guards and the village's sensory team using his otsutsuki powers. Upon using the otsutsuki powers, Kawaki leaves the village in order to find Code so that he can make a deal with Code so that Code doesn't attack Naruto in return for Kawaki giving himself up. So this episode is basically following that, and it looks like it comes out on March 5th of 2023. And if you guys remember 2 years ago when Kawaki first debuted, we saw that episode 189 had the most craziest animation. So is it possible that during this Code fight that's coming when Kawaki leaves, they might give us some 189 type animation? I think that's a possibility, and they might do a 2-year tribute to that episode, since it will be 2 years since Kawaki has been shown in the anime. So the episodes are looking pretty good. I want to see how they play out, especially chapter 57 and 58. I want to see how they show them and how Eida and Damon's characters are going to look. My biggest concern is probably going to be Eida, because I don't feel anything from her character in the manga. I want to see how her character acts in the anime, and that will truly tell me if I hate or like Eida. Though as of right now, I'm slowly disliking Eida. I'm actually getting annoyed of her character, and in general, her character's personality seems to have been pissing me off lately. So I'm no longer on team Eida. I want that bean out of here. So that is the summaries we got from Organic Dinosaurs for Boruto episode 287 all the way to episode 290. So let me know what you guys want to see in these upcoming episodes. I think they're going to be juicy, but animation will tell us everything. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos to come.